Hey, good afternoon. Algebra 1s, periods 1, 6, and 7. It's Friday. It's kind of dreary and rainy out there, and I'm just going to let you stare at this while I talk for a minute because I've been grading some of your quadratic worksheets, and you were supposed to use the quadratic formula to solve those problems, and some of you apped it, obviously, because it chose to factor it. So anyway, you got to just use the quadratic formula. So if you didn't use the quadratic formula, I'm sending them back to you. So I picked this problem out of chapter 9, section 9.5. It says solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. All right, and that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so what they do, they give you this. This is example 1. It's in your text, 9.5. I think it's example 3. But anyway, it's x squared minus 10x is equal to 1. Now, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to put this in standard form, and you're going to set it equal to 0. Standard form, set equal to 0. So what do you have to do to put that in standard form and set it equal to 0? You need to subtract 1 from both sides. So now you've got x squared minus 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. Is it in standard form? Yes. Step 2, identify your a, b, and your c. Remember, a is the coefficient in front of the squared term. In this case, it's a 1. B is the coefficient in front of the x term. See that negative 10 right there? That's b. And c is the constant hanging on the end. See that? It's negative 1. Okay? Now, take the a, b, and the c, and you're going to plug them into x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And it's another thing. Some of you that are using the app, that plus or minus sign right there, it doesn't come out right for you. So anyway, that's another dead giveaway that a lot of you aren't really doing your work. You're just, you're cheating. I'll say it like it is. All right, so there's your negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you plug those in. So x is equal to, now the opposite of a negative 10 is a positive 10, plus or minus the square root of b squared. That would be 10, negative 10 squared. Well, negative 10 squared is 10 squared because that's going to be 100, right? Yes. Minus 4 times a times c, okay? And then you clean all that up and you get x is equal to 10 plus or minus the square root of 104 all over 2. Now 104. I know that 4 has a square factor. I'm going to divide it by 4. And look at that. It's 26 times 4. So I have to clean up that radical. Once again, it's that section 9.1 stuff again. So x is equal to 10 plus or minus the square root of 4 times 26 all divided by 2. The square root of 4 is 2. Now, simplify. And you get x is equal to 5 plus or minus the square root of 26. Now that's two solutions. That x is equal to 5 plus the square root of 26, and x is equal to 5 minus the square root of 26. If you were to graph this parabola, you would find the axis of symmetry is 5. One axis intercept is the square root of 26 to the right of 5, and the other one is the square root of 26 to the left of 5. All right? Now, that's an example of how to use the quadratic formula. You need to know how to do this. All right? And there's some of you that are doing a great job on this, but as time goes on, I see more and more of you are apping these things. And if I suspect that, I will reduce your points and send it back. All right? All right, that's the quadratic formula. Now, I posted a whole bunch of solutions out there and posted some notes out there for 11.6. 11.6 is kind of a challenge, so I put all the answers out there already for you. All right? So keep these things coming in. That's going to take you all the way through to next week. Plan book. I didn't do anything with plan book for Algebra 1 yet because I want you to get this done. I want you to just stop and get this chapter 9 finished. Okay? Get the worksheets turned in. Get these in. A lot of you are still working on chapter 8, and that's fine. We have time. And remember, just because there's a 0 in the grade book does not mean you still can't turn it in. Basically, if you turn it in, I'll take it. All right? But I need to see some work. No work, no points. All right? All right, that's all I got for you. Have a great day. Isn't that a beautiful quadratic formula? It's gorgeous. Yeah, I know. We all agree. May's out.